Nigerian delegation holds strategic meetings with China's influential steel conglomerates towards revitalization of Ajaokuta Steel Company. Nigerian Railway Corporation accesses CNG buses and CNG branded coach towards sustainable transportation network.
The vision of Mr. President for the development of Nigeria is about modernizing our economy.
And Chinese national under investigation for alleged links with insurgents.
The Chinese national has been detained and he is undergoing interrogation.
Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We're live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. Minister of Steel Development Prince Shuaibu Abubakar Audu, in his continuous efforts to revive the nation's steel sector, has embarked on a high-level working visit to China in order to attract strategic investments and deepen industrial cooperation with key Chinese partners. The delegation of the minister, which includes the Director General, Nigeria-China Strategic Partnership, Joseph Tigbe, and top-level officials from the Nigerian embassy in Beijing, have held several strategic meetings with some of China's largest and most influential steel conglomerates, including executives of Sino Steel, Fangda Steel Group, and Jingye Steel Group. The crux of the meeting with the leading Chinese steel conglomerates is the revitalization of the Ajaokuta Steel Company, a key industrial asset considered critical to Nigeria's manufacturing ambitions and job creation strategy. Talks also centered around technical evaluations, operational modeling, and financing frameworks required to restore the facility to full productivity. The minister reiterated that the Renewed Hope administration, led by President Bola Tinubu, is determined to revive the Ajaokuta Steel Company before the end of the current administration. Meanwhile, the federal government has taken a bold step towards a sustainable transportation network with the handing over of CNG buses and the unveiling of a CNG-branded coach to the Nigeria Railway Corporation, NRC. Hawagimba reports that the Chief Executive Presidential Initiative on CNG, Michael Oluwagbemi, handed over the facility to the corporation on behalf of the federal government.
In a landmark move towards sustainable and eco-friendly transportation, the federal government has taken a bold step with the official handover of a compressed natural gas CNG-powered bus and the unveiling of a branded new coach. The event reflects on a significant milestone in Nigerians' quest for cleaner energy solutions in the transport sector, offering a co-effective and environmental conscious alternative to conventional fuel systems. The Chief Executive
The vision of Mr. President for the development of Nigeria is about modernizing our economy. It's about reforming this economy. And if we want to leap forward as a people, whether in terms of economic development, economic growth, and opportunities for our people, then we must modernize.
I have to think technologically and see how I can innovate and support and complement their work.
The Managing Director of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, Kayode Okpeifa, officially received the keys to the buses, describing the initiative as a game changer that aligns with the federal government's commitment to green transportation and energy transition.
Is to exchange diesel as a form of energy security, energy diversification. Let's use CNG.
This introduction of CNG-powered bus and the unveiling of a new coach by the NRC marks a bold step towards sustainable public transportation, reducing emission, cutting costs, and setting a new standard for mobility in the country. From the Idu train station in Abuja, Hawagimba, NTA News.
On his part, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has given assurance that the reconstruction of the Aba-Port Harcourt Expressway will be completed this November. The minister gave the assurance while on an on-the-spot assessment of the road. He commended the contractor for adhering to specifications and praised Governor Alex Otti for clearing traders and vehicles to speed up work. Nneka Onu reports.
The minister expressed satisfaction with the progress of the Aba section of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Dual Carriage Expressway. He assured that the federal government is committed to delivering quality roads in the southeast. Despite rain challenges, the contractor pledged to complete the project on schedule, including asphalting.
We are on 95%. We already finished this left-hand side lane. We finished it all to the end. Only the right-hand side remaining, only 4 kilometers left for asphalt. And all this 4 kilometers we already finished 3.5 kilometers earthwork, remaining 500 meters only for earthwork.
Road users anticipate that the completed road will boost socio-economic activities.
We are very happy about the completion of the road.
It was totally dilapidated, but today is another new fresh view in Abia State.
The minister's frequent visits highlight the government's focus on ensuring a durable road infrastructure. In Aba, Nneka Onu, NTA News.
Now, as the 10th National Assembly marks its second anniversary, members believe they have demonstrated remarkable legislative productivity and proactive engagements beyond lawmaking. However, Nigerians want the Assembly's role to extend beyond legislation to ensuring effective execution and implementation of laws through rigorous and transparent oversight. Lydia Sampson reports.
For Dr. Abdulrahman Abu Hamisu, lecturer and public affairs analyst, Parliament must prioritize Nigeria's rights and safety to ensure security, justice, and dignity. He acknowledges that effective oversight of security forces, protection of civilians, and human rights-centered laws are vital, but also reiterate that resolutions must translate into effective actions and oversight.
Essence of democracy is to disagree. It's about different shades of opinion, 1,000 views. And so for any institution that does not allow internal dissident, that does not allow internal disagreement, such institution honestly is dangerous to the continuous existence of democracy.
He believes strengthening parliamentary capacity and accountability will curb abuses and promote social welfare, fostering peace and development in Nigeria. The parliamentarians, on their part, emphasize achievements in critical sectors like education, local government autonomy, and tax reforms. In line with their constitutional mandate, the National Assembly, they noted, uses its committee structure to monitor government agencies and programs, doing their best in promoting transparency, accountability, and good governance. The 10th Assembly insists it's achieving more through lobbying, collaboration, and engagement.
In this 10th Assembly, the number we've even achieved, 2,239 first reading, it has never happened in the history of the National Assembly. And that
TA News.
The Managing Director, Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, Oluwaseun Faleye, has described the International Labour Conference as a veritable platform for engagement on workplace health and safety, workers' welfare, and social security. Faleye, who spoke at the ongoing 13th session of the conference, emphasized that holding in Geneva, Switzerland, used the platform to explain the efforts of the Nigerian government and NSITF at improving social security, as well as workplace health and safety and overall welfare of the Nigerian workers. The managing director said NSITF is currently embarking on occupational health and safety audits at workplaces in a bid to ensure safety of workers in line with the International Labour Organization Convention. He pointed out that NSITF is at the forefront of engaging with federal governments to fully activate the employees' compensation scheme within the system. He acknowledged positive responses from the informal sector, saying once people hear the benefits and the advantages of the employees' compensation scheme, they'll tend to get very robust and positive responses. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has called on members of the diaspora community to show more commitment to the well-being of their home country by throwing their weight behind ongoing efforts to rebuild Nigeria. She said this during an audience with the President and CEO of Montefiore Medicine, Dr. Phillips Uzwa, in her office. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
At different fora within and outside the shores of the country, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has been relentless in her call for domestic and international support for Nigeria. More than her voice, however, her action appears to be doing the trick and getting the right attention as Dr. Phillips Uzwa, President and Chief Executive Officer of Montefiore Medicine, the umbrella organization for Montefiore Health System, came calling at her office, inspired by impactful interventions in health and education.
So I've been hearing very positively about Her Excellency's work in healthcare, and I came to pay homage and to tell her how inspired I've been by all that work.
The First Lady, while thanking her guests for flying the flag of Nigeria and supporting the brand in the diaspora, reiterates the need for other members of the diaspora community to leverage their expertise and resources in favor of their home country.
I know America, once you're doing this great, they don't want to let you go. But for you to look back home and want to really assist, starting from education, which is wonderful, because a society that half of the population is not educated is a disaster. Is a society going on that. So that was one of the things we are trying to do and see how we can help, not only in the health sector, in education as well, and also economic empowerment for our people, which we are doing through the Renewed Hope Initiative. I believe we'll have a lot of things to talk about and see where you can come in and assist us.
Education and health are in focus as talks are already underway for a collaboration between Dr. Uzwa and Renewed Hope Initiative to expand the scope of benefits to more women and children in the country. In the State House, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
And First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has reaffirmed her commitment to advocating inclusive policies and public education that protect the rights of persons with albinism. In a message marking this year's International Albinism Awareness Day, the First Lady expressed solidarity with all persons with albinism across Nigeria and the world. She says the theme for the celebration, demanding our rights, protect our skin, preserve our lives, is a great call to action that reminds us that people with albinism deserve not only equal rights, but also the dignity, safety, and healthcare needed to live full and healthy lives. She harps on the need to build a society where every Nigerian, regardless of skin condition, can thrive with pride and dignity. This is the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports in a moment. Stay with us.
Television College JOS, you will dive into exhilarating hands that will fuel your passion in education and propel your career to new heights. We don't just teach, we craft the next generation of media leaders. Explore our diverse offering, understanding the personnel matters and issues in the public service, basic development communication, financial reporting under IPSAS, and interpretation of public sector accounting standard IPSAS, audit, internal check and control management, video camera maintenance, new technologies, optics, fiber, IP technologies, automation, storage management, and wireless technology. Challenges and opportunities in the secretarial profession in the digital age. Digital marketing, basic drama, online reporting, understanding the provisions of the revised public service, audio engineering operations and maintenance, camera operations, and intermediate drama. Mark your calendar. The second quarter of 2025 is your launch pad. This is your moment to seize the future. Announcer Management.
This is NTA News 24.
You're welcome back. 13th of June every year is not just another date on the calendar. It serves as a global day to remind stakeholders, governments, civil society, the media, and the general public of their shared responsibilities to ensure that persons with albinism are not just left behind in matters of welfare, protection, empowerment, and inclusion. Chineye Nwoye reports that this year's celebration emphasizes the urgent need to raise awareness about the health challenges they face, especially in relation to skin cancer, which continue to claim the lives of many in the albinism community.
"43-year-old Bisayo Ademeko is with albinism. She is a mother of 5. 4 of her children are dark-skinned, and this her 6-year-old beautiful daughter, Desiree Ademeko, is the only one with albinism amongst her children.
I get married to a black man, not an albino. Black man. Even though before I get married, people were telling me that nobody is marrying albino, but with my skin, I thank God that many men came to me.
According to health experts, albinism is a rare contagious genetic disorder caused by a prevalent absence of melanin pigment in the hair, skin, and eyes, making those affected vulnerable to sun exposure, which leads to skin cancer and significant vision impairment. This medical condition has been linked to a high level of presumptions with individuals affected, enduring disability-based discrimination and stigma due to a lack of awareness regarding the condition.
Because skin cancer is a threat to every person living with albinism in Nigeria, most especially during this climate change issue.
My skin at 63, I don't have freckles because I was protected. And if a person with albinism is not properly protected, they will have freckles.
And if we must go out in the sun, because the younger ones, they have to go to school, and we need to create awareness for the teachers too. You know, when it comes to time of punishment, they should not punish them in the sun. When it comes to time of assembly, not in the sun.
Every month, at least 2 of our members do succumb to skin cancer.
We are advocating that the governments, federal, state, local, and good people, organizations should help us in this cancer prevention. Help us to get some protective materials, sunscreen, parasol umbrellas, hats.
This, indeed, is a call to action. But the presence of the Minister of State for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction is a clear indication that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's led administration is not just inclusive, but is in solidarity with persons with albinism.
And we have also submitted commitment of Nigeria to reducing the hardship of experience by disability. And we are now walking the talk. We'll begin to we'll start by having a meeting with the head of service to see that the provision that is in our extant law, that 5% of employment should be reserved to people with disability, is respected.
On days like this, persons with albinism are reminded that they are not just worthy, but that they are strong and they belong. In Abuja, Chineye Nwoye, NTA News.
A Chinese national has been arrested in military operations in northeast Nigeria. Director Defense Media Operations Major General Marcus Kangie said though the suspect claims to be a minor, investigations are on to determine if he has links with insurgents in the location where he was apprehended. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
It is time to give an update on ongoing armed forces internal security operations across the country. And the Director of Defense Media Operations is here with details.
The armed forces of Nigeria are unwavering in their
Critical is the arrest of a Chinese national by troops of Operation Hadin Kai on counter-insurgency operations in the northeast.
The Chinese national has been detained and he is undergoing interrogation. When the interrogation is completed, then we'll be able to furnish you with the details of why he was there in the first place, how he was arrested, whether he was the only one there or he had accomplices. All this will be unfolded after thorough investigation has been carried out.
Similarly, in the last 14 days, troops have rescued more than 15 kidnapped victims, arrested 17 terrorists, and eliminated 37 others in combat. In the South-South, troops of Operation Delta Safe destroyed 21 refining sites and recovered several arms. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
11 inmates suffering from hernias at the Medium Security Custodial Center in Kuje, Abuja, have undergone successful surgeries, marking a major step forward in the transformation of healthcare delivery within Nigeria's correctional system. A statement by the Public Relations Officer, Nigeria Correctional Service, Umar Abubakar, indicates that the surgeries were carried out by in-house medical personnel as part of ongoing reforms under the Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The statement adds that the intervention reflects the commitments of the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, whose leadership has brought about improvements in infrastructure and healthcare services across correctional centers. It notes that beyond Kuje, other facilities, such as the Maximum Security Custodial Center in Janguza, Kano State, have also witnessed upgrades to their medical units, ensuring inmates receive dignified and quality care. The Nigeria Correctional Service reaffirms its commitment to delivering comprehensive healthcare and supporting the national goal of a more just, compassionate, and secure society. Here's the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here's a recap of our major stories. Nigerian delegation holds strategic meetings with China's influential steel conglomerates towards revitalization of Ajaokuta Steel Company. Nigeria Railway Corporation accesses CNG buses and CNG branded coach towards sustainable transportation network.
The vision of Mr. President for the development of Nigeria is about modernizing our economy.
And a Chinese national is under investigation for alleged links with insurgents.